Hello everybody, Chris here, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at a new feature of Weebly called Weebly Promote, which is very similar to other mail subscription and email marketing services such as Aweber and MailChimp, where you might integrate a plugin with your WordPress site that allows you to make a pop-up, people sign up to basically subscribe to your mailing list, and then you can send out marketing emails to all those people at once and hopefully bring them back into your site and get them to reconnect with your business. So how Weebly Promote is different is that Weebly, as a self-contained website package that doesn't really require a lot of external plugins, basically takes that functionality and has it built into Weebly directly, which I think is really cool. The less third-party stuff you have to integrate with your own site, I think the more simpler it's going to be overall. So if we look down here at the Insights section, we can see that we can do a few things, including composing an email, which is where you would basically use a form builder, create the email using drag and drop. We'll go to that in a second, and send that email out to your contacts. So the contacts are all the people who have signed up to your site's mailing list. You can add contacts using basically a CSV file, which would be if you're importing it from anywhere else. CSV is a very standard format for importing data. But beyond that, you can manually add in individuals or copy and paste email addresses. We can see down here at the bottom that we can create automated emails for Weebly Promote, which is when one of your site viewers does something specific. In this case, signs up to the subscription. They're going to automatically get that first email, which is a good thing. The more automation we have for our site, the less manual work you have to put in, obviously. So let's start by showing in Add Lead Capture Form, going to Lead Capture manually, and hit Create Form. So these would be, in this case, a pop-up that you would add to your site, but it can also be Smart Bar, which is where you have a subscription button that attaches to the top of your web page, a welcome mat, which is a full screen prompt to sign up, and Anchored, where no matter how they scroll on a page, it's going to be possibly on the side of your page in the case of Sidebar, or show up in other areas. So let's do pop-up over here, and we'll just stick with basic here. Continue. And the idea is you'd have this form pop up on your site. They put in the name, their email address, they hit subscribe, and you have a contact on your list. So we'll just stick with the default right there. We'll leave everything as a default, hit publish form, and we'll go ahead and publish that on my site. So I've gone ahead and visited the site. You can see that it just pops up really nicely, this prompt to subscribe to the mailing list. And it's just really cool how little effort you need to put into the integration here. If you compare it with something like WordPress, getting it to do that does take some time. Back on the promote.weebly.com page, we can see how many new contacts we've gotten through that lead capture form, the current status of it, and the display type. Now, if you want to create automated emails, you can do that here under Automated Triggers, Automated tab. Such as welcome new contacts when someone signs up, thank you emails for if someone purchases something from your store, thanks for contacting us if they send you an email, they contact you at your site's email address, and double opt-in emails where if you want to confirm the email address, confirm that the user actually wants to subscribe to your list via an email link, that would be the kind of form you'd want to set up automatically there. But for right now, let's just go ahead and compose a regular email. So hit Compose Email over here in the Insights tab. You can choose from a template. So I'll go ahead and choose this 2-column format over here. Notice that there's other tabs as well, including Commerce and Announcements. So we'll continue. On Design Email, we can drag and drop new sections onto our email template over here. Or we could change the title, so maybe we call this Test Email. You can see you can have cool things here like links, so a Donate Now button, and you could link that to something like PayPal. And you can even set up the footer of your email to have social media links to each of your profiles that you might be associating with your webpage on sites like Facebook and Twitter. So here, let's just try dragging and dropping an item on. We'll put it maybe in the footer for right now, and this is going to be a map element. So it's defaulting to New York, but let's change that to the White House. And just like that, we've integrated a Google Map into our email. Super cool. And when we're ready, we can go ahead and continue. So the subject line for an email, something everybody should be familiar with. Thanks for subscribing to... misspelling. Subscribing to Chris Tutorials email list. Pretty generic. Sender information. So down here at the bottom, you're going to want to set up a sender profile, which is going to include your email address, name of your company, physical address, and that kind of information. The next section is to add recipients, where you can add in contacts from the forms you've been using to acquire new members. I'm not sure why it's showing up here 3 times, but I'm just going to select one and continue. And now you can see roughly how the email is going to look, including from the subject line, who you're sending it to, and the email itself. And then finally, in the Add Recipients section, we're going to have where you sent the email from, the subject line, the recipients, which of course you're going to need some actual recipients, and the email exactly as we designed it, including things like the donate button and the map of the White House. Then down here you have schedule, where you can schedule a date and time where the email should be sent. You can send a test email to yourself to make sure everything is fine, and you can actually just go ahead and send it to all of the recipients. If you're not ready to do any of that, you can hit the X at the top and save a draft. So we'll just call it draft 1, save and close. And there you guys have it. That's the gist of Weebly Promote, how it works and what you can do with it. If you do check it out and you need additional help, you can come down here to the bottom, helpful articles, and check out some of the content that they've already created for this. But for now, I've been Chris. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my future content.